Hello and welcome back to Prison Architect, where at the moment we have a significant amount of cash to be able to work with, and we also need to be upping our prisoner intake to better reflect the maximum safe capacity. We've got 409 out of 771, so maybe can just increase the intake up to 500 for now, and if we mostly take in mediums and maximums, just because we don't really have that much capacity for our minimum security prisoners yet. In fact, actually we'll take in hardly any minimums. Yeah, 15 will be fine. 55 mediums and 15 maximums. That looks perfect. I mean, to be honest, we actually kind of want to take in about 100 medium capacity. So maybe we'll put another 50 on there. It's going to get insane, actually. We shall find out how this works out, and we'll just increase that back up. Actually, we'll make it exactly 100. Okay. Maybe this has been a little bit ambitious. We'll find out. I think we should have actually 3 stationed in there. No, that's not what we want. And 3 stationed in there, probably 3 in there as well. Definitely want 3 in these. Yeah, looks a little bit better. Yeah, I'm still not sure why these dormitories are classed as being separate areas. It's a little bit irritating, but anyway, I'm interested to see what happens when we have this many prisoners turned up tomorrow. We'll have to get a load more guards. Furious that their gang leader's being punished. Alex Malone again. Always, whenever anything's going wrong in the prison, it's always Alex Malone that's getting imprisoned. Now, once actually these prisoners turn up tomorrow, then buying this plot of land will make a lot of sense, so that we can then get started on building this block here for our minimum security prisoners. And the plan is to cut these bits off so that we then have the prisoners in the better cell blocks going to this block here, which is going to have a load of workshops. So all the buildings around here, this actually might come up to here possibly, all the buildings up and around here are all going to be luxury cell blocks, and then up this side we'll have a load of poor quality cell blocks, and that can have a central cafeteria over here, and they can all be around there. That's the kind of the rough plan at the moment. It makes sense to kind of have all the well-behaved prisoners working in the workshops, as they're less likely to nick all the stuff, cause damage, mayhem. We are actually going to want to have more cookers and fridges put in here, which poses a slight problem. Now, we obviously can't put it on the green one either, so maybe it will make sense to put this onto this one, and then we can then put some of this stuff here onto this one. It's actually all going to get a little bit too fiddly and technical. And why are there tunnels over there? I think I'm going to do a shakedown because that is a little bit too close to the walls. I know we've got a load of prisoners turning up, so it's actually quite bad timing. Maybe actually doing that at night will be a better option. Now, most of these buses actually have prisoners that have 0 traits in, so there you go. Got a couple more potential performance here. We shall recruit them. And actually, I think for now, just buying up this plot of land makes sense. Let's buy it. Yeah, happy to spend the 80Ks to get this plot of land. Appears to have broken the game. There we go. And for now we can actually just leave this as it is, and it will be good as well for when all of these prisoners turn up, how this road will be longer. Now buying up this plot of land, I'm guessing is going to have increased. Yeah, so buying this is now 160,000. It's going to be quite the chunk of land that is taken. I forgot that we had lakes on, but what we can do is we can put this block, up to this lake. It leaves this area here. Cause yeah, I was going to build something here. I mean, I kind of think it makes sense to build another supermax here, even though it is close to the exit. I mean, I do wonder about giving the supermax prisoners visitation, if that will calm them down, or if that just gives them, more stuff to destroy, and another avenue to escape from. But we can put a lot of security around. And yeah, we can have a cafeteria, down here, which is kind of close to the kitchen. Once this sort of forestry's moved up here and the kitchen's expanded up to here, then it'll certainly be very close indeed. We'll also need to put a temporary door in somewhere, just so that the kitchen staff don't have to walk all the way around. Got another bus turning up. The quick prisoner. Don't mind about having a quick prisoner turning up. $18 up for parole. 3 visitors. Only 15 staff exhausted. This is looking fantastic at the moment. Then let's have a look at their needs as well. Has this actually? So food is looking a lot better as well. So I actually think that has fixed things, because in the last episode we did change it so it was only 1 meal time a day. But it does look like that's actually done a lot of good. Seems like it allows the cooks more time in the day, I suppose. Are you guys alright over there? I'm not exactly sure that's where you're supposed to be honest. Yep. We'd just like to stop swimming in the lake and get back to doing something constructive with your time. I much appreciate it. So there you go. The gardeners were enjoying paddling in the lake for a moment there. All these prisoners turning up. I'm just surprised at how few of them have personality traits. Do you mind not throwing stuff over my wall? Not really happy about that occurring. Why has that changed from being staff only? When did that occur? We want this to be staff only as well, but we can't actually select that. We want those to be staff only. And these. And the staff room. What else? Is that everything? There we go, that looks significantly better. So yeah, we'll get this bit planned out. We want a gap of 2 there. It's kind of become standard. Build that up to the fence. We'll leave a gap 2 here as well. That is going to be a much larger one than these, but I think that'll be quite good to do, because then we won't have to have these massive sort of central blocks. We can actually have them more like this, which for me is preferable. And then we can actually have like another block like this going up here. Maybe not quite as large, say, as these, but we can still have that other block going up here, and then we'll have sort of another. It is actually debatable as to how many more prisoners really we should be having attached to this cafeteria, because they're going to have to do quite the walk. I mean, maybe having sort of up to here, maybe, even though they will have to come really far down here to get to the yard. They can always just end up in the yard on their free time, to be honest. And once it gets to midnight, just because those potential tunnels that have been found, I think it's going to be worth just having a quick shakedown. I think having at least 2 of the serving tables in the staff room seems to be advantageous. I'm not sure if having that 3rd one is providing any use in here. They don't seem to put any food on it. Maybe they need more sofas in here. Maybe that's part of the problem. I can put some more sofas in here. Let's get a wide sofa there. Don't want to block off this pool table though. So then that's literally it. I suppose they've still got that wide sofa that doesn't seem to be full, so I don't really think that there's anything to worry about there. Right, foundations. How much is it going to cost to build our building here? $35k. Actually not too expensive, but fixing this area is going to be a priority now. We don't want to have the green on there because that one was nearly full capacity, but this one still has a lot of potential capacity, and it doesn't really need to be connected up to this one. And so once we've taken off the kitchen from here, so we'll take that one off. Now we can leave that, I suppose. That'll work. We'll take this one off. And we can do this overnight as well. That makes loads of sense. Right, let's get started on that. So I'll move this across here and down there. We will dismantle this utility here, and for now we'll just dismantle it here, and we'll then connect up this one here. And we'll just see how that affects our power plants. But they won't be doing any cooking at the moment, so there's nothing really to worry about there. And we'll start doing a shakedown now as well. Hopefully find these tunnels. And we also are doing this at a time when we don't have more prisoners turning up. We can get the prison nice and clean for when all of these brand spanking new prisoners turn up, putting our capacity much closer to its potential. And then after we've taken in those prisoners, we can then put the sliders back to a more reasonable position. And we have actually just now had another of our death row prisoners escaping the electric chair. They're all escaping it. Need to be executing one so we can meet the end condition. It's been an end condition for ages. To be honest though, it's actually been quite good. I kind of, when I decided that I was going to have that as the end condition, I was actually kind of looking forward to getting onto the moving on from the Prison Architect series, but I really started to enjoy it a lot more these last sort of few episodes, and getting all this stuff built. It's actually looking pretty good. I'm quite pleased with how it's turning out, to be honest. Probably going to end up then getting up to 1,000 prisoners before meeting the end requirements that were set. I hope you're enjoying the progress of the prison. Con workers, you need to get these electricity cables put back in place. Are they coming through here? They are. Good. Get them connected up. That was odd. It was like one of them was going there to put it in, and it took about 5 of them to all run around there and do no work. Kind of ties in with the old saying of what workers are like in real life. Apparently, allegedly. Don't really fancy stating my own opinion on that one. Leave that one up to you to figure out. There we go. Is that tunnel? Although that's not the actual tunnel we were hoping for. We were hoping to find one that went right out to the road even. Still got 2 electricity cables to stick in there. Is that not supposed to be open? Open? Apparently not. They're waiting there for their exports then. What we could even start thinking about is having a second reception, possibly. Well, I mean there should be, to be honest. Got plenty of... What are you on about? You require solitary cells, but there's none available. All I can see along here are solitary cells. Makes absolutely no sense. We've got 48 solitary cells. Absolutely no idea what you're complaining about. Saying you're unable to be assigned a cell? I do not believe you. 300 and however many prisoners have been unnecessarily searched recently. Staff morale is high. That is great news. Staff are not paid enough? I'm not particularly interested in giving you a pay rise. We've already had 2 pay rises. Hardly actually found anything, to be honest. So that's great news. Now, there we go. Connected back up, and it's hardly using any of the electricity. That is exactly what we were hoping for there, and that's been connected back up. So that one can still fit this other cell block then onto its electricity. And we can also still put a load more kitchen equipment in here. So I might actually get putting that stuff in now. Objects. Zoom into the kitchen. Get these cookers in. And their fridges as well, so I'll just stick a load more cookers in, to be honest. She might make that on the fridge. Holy moly, why have you gone all the way over there? That was not at all what I wanted to happen. Yeah, stick that one in there. Actually, well, yeah, we'll stick a fridge in there as well. Look how few things have been found on this shakedown. I think we actually did one quite recently, if I remember correctly. So I suppose it does make sense for there to be hardly any contraband found. $41,000 daily cash flow. Yes, get in there. Exports 56k. Days without incident 1.7. I don't think we've ever seen that number so high in our prison. And then with the prisoner grant as well, we're going to be getting, now that we're increasing the capacity by another 100 or so, we're going to be getting a much greater prisoner grant. Exports will go up as well, so you may be able to get a significant amount more cash coming in. We're never going to finish off that shakedown, so we'll end that there. There we go. For the time being, things are looking really rather good in our prison. We've got another gang leader. Does it make sense to put all the gang leaders into Supermax? I kind of think that it does make sense to do that. 19 years old, gang leader, medium security prisoner, 0 reputation. The only thing with our Supermax is that it's pretty much at full capacity, so I kind of want to be getting another one built before moving him into one. I think what makes sense is that it's approaching the half-an-hour mark now, so I might just end this one now, and then these prisoners turning up can be for the next episode and can be what I need to plan for, and then getting this minimum security cell block built, getting all of that done tomorrow. That's what makes sense to me. So yeah, gonna end the episode here. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I reckon tomorrow's episode is gonna be quite an interesting one. We'll see what happens with all these additional prisoners turning up. Hopefully it's something good. And I hope to see you there. Yeah, thank you for watching. Catch you later.